No, this is kind of like the Force be with you in Star Wars. I'm outside a martial arts academy, and the little boy is blindfolded. And I think the object of the game is to try to hit the little girl while he's blindfolded. Well, that's the end of that game. But it brings me to the whole concept we call martial arts, which are just basically a form of mystery religion. They changed the name of it to make it sound appealing, martial arts. But it's participating in a mystery religion and calling upon unseen forces to give them additional power and strength. In the Gospel of Mark, we see the Gadarene demoniac couldn't even be chained. He couldn't be chained. Couldn't be held with chains. He was that strong. And why was he that strong? Because of the demons in him. Plural. And Jesus asked the spirit, what is its name? The spirit said, Legion. Could be up to 6,000. Is there a relationship between the unseen world and demonic forces? The answer is yes. These demonic forces can come into the human body and empower that human body with some incredible amounts of strength. In fact, a lot of the so-called mythology of Greece and Rome is probably just descriptive of the sons of God mating with the women of the earth, meaning the spiritual entities that existed that were in rebellion to God, and producing a hybrid, kind of a Superman, super race. And you can read about them in mythology. But the mythology is probably not mythology at all. They're descriptions of those who became half-breeds of spiritual demonic entities and powers, crossbreeding with human beings and producing a race of super beings. In fact, that race of super beings was probably responsible for the condition of the earth that led to the Noahic flood. Because everything was corrupt. Humanity was so bad off that God said, it's time to just wipe out all of humanity. So these martial art things are really just introduction into mystery religions and performing rituals and saying things with the mouth they don't understand to bring about the indwelling of spiritual entities that can give the human body additional strength and power. And if you don't believe it, just read the Gospel of Mark, the story of the Gadarene demoniac, and how they could not even keep him with chains. Usually there's a bow and a folded hands, acknowledging some type of a deity. And usually there's some secret words that are said and secret rituals. Of course, most people have no idea of what this stuff is all about. And probably most people enroll their child or youth in it, and they stay in it for a year or two and drop out. However, there are those who go on and on with it and do get empowered and endued with a lot of spiritual strength that manifests in physical strength. So I recall watching one video of an individual who went all the way with this and who acquired all types of degrees and recognition in the martial arts. And it came time for a ceremony, the guru or the dojo that knew all the ins and outs brought him in on a ceremony, and he brought out a magic wand, a rod. And remember, rods were used by the Egyptian magicians to duplicate the miracles of Moses. And the whole idea of a magic wand or a magic rod is true. In fact, that's why they call Hollywood, because that was the type of wood that they used to make magic rods or magic wands. Well, anyhow, this man who was quite an expert in all this stuff really got shocked when he realized it wasn't just about physical exercise. It was a mystery religion. But it took him many, many years of discipline and practice in it until he was confronted the day that the dojo wanted to really initiate him to the highest level of this false worship. Don't know the name of the video nor the individual. Sorry, I can't give it to you. Just a big word of caution about what's called martial arts. All this stuff was repackaged and put in a little more Western terms to make it sound appealing. For example, like transmigration of the soul was renamed reincarnation. Hindu meditation, dwelling on the words of false gods, was renamed transcendental meditation. So it happened in the 60s, whereby those who were seeking to bring this stuff to America realized they had to have a name change. And hence, they came up with this whole idea of martial arts. Then you had your movies with Bruce Lee and all that that popularized it and wanted to make youth, or anyone really, mostly males, to be able to perform the feats of magic. So this ends the video.